Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight into Thor and Loki and how essentially this could go down. So, there was big news that came out today, and I think we need to talk about it. So, essentially, here's what it was. Marvel Studios wants to reportedly give Chris Hemsworth's Thor a proper send-off. The storyline is said to draw inspiration from New Avengers Volume 3, number 32. And this comes from the Cosmic Circus, and I believe Lizzie Hill had a Q&A. Now, before we get into that actual comic, we're going to go over the basis of the story. So obviously with Thor in Avengers DoomsDay, we do know that is the casting chair was there, along with Loki's chair. So that means they're probably going to reunite. So it's either going to be something like this, where, you know, Mobius or somebody's going to bring him and Thor's going to appear there with Loki and it's going to be like, hey, we need your help. Or Loki's going to be like, hey, Sylvie, I need you to go get some warriors. I need their help to defend against Doctor Doom. And, you know, it'll probably be that. Or it'll be like this. I could imagine it like this fan art. Thor and Love are doing something and all of a sudden his hammer gets pulled and Loki grabs it. And Thor's like, what? And all of a sudden it proceeds to show, hello, brother. And Thor and Loki embrace and hug, and while he runs him up the pace that he's projecting himself and he needs his help, and Doctor Doom is this big old threat because we already know that he's after Loki. Loki's the MacGuffin. And last time Loki died, and that's the last time him and Thor actually connected, but it is two different characters now. It's obviously the same Thor, but a different Loki. So we don't know how exactly they're going to interact, or how exactly maybe he's going to be like, how are you alive, or something along those lines, and maybe he has memories of it, because we do know he has memories of it. He saw in oh, I took my ring off, sorry. He saw in the Loki show Thanos killing him, so maybe he knows, and he reiterates to Thor, hey, I'm a different Loki, but I'm from the TVA, blah blah blah, and I help, you know, the world, and I freed you guys of Kang and He Who Remains and all this other spiel. Now, which leads us back to this. How exactly do we think they're going to kill off Thor? And once again, the storyline is said to draw inspiration from New Avengers Volume 3, number 32. So what exactly happens there? Well, we're pretty much in the time runs out period. Thor and Hyperion, a different Hyperion, one of like a Superman-esque background, King Hyperion if I remember correctly. And it's from the 2015 Secret Wars, just in case you guys are looking for it. So they're there, and all of a sudden this portal opens up, and there's thousands and thousands of Beyonders. The Beyonders proceed to gouge out Hyperion's eyes and to remove one of Thor's arms, to which then we get this iconic scene. The Beyonders start coming through this portal, and Thor and Hyperion essentially are like, oh my god, brother, we need one more fight. And he's like, yeah, there's something along the lines of alcohol, and we have one last fight. And then they end up going into each other, and then it says, and all of a sudden everything became silent, which tells us they want to kill off Thor in a good way. Obviously he's not going to return, but he is one of the characters that's going to be in all 6 Avengers films, is what they were saying. So I'm assuming it's going to be in Secret Wars, and then they're going to recast Thor. That's my best bet. Now the thing is this, how exactly does Thor go out? Does he make the sacrifice? Because in Endgame he wanted to make the sacrifice, but he couldn't. It required Bruce Banner to hit the snap. It required Tony Stark to gather the stones to snap the second time. Steve Rogers went back in time, and all the other characters had their own spiel, and Thor kind of just went off looking for his purpose in life. Is Thor going to possibly have to take over as holding the timelines together? Because we've seen him hold the sun. Let's be real now. Is he going to die to Doctor Doom? Is he going to die holding off a set of Beyonders? Is he going to die killing Wanda? We don't know. But all I know is it sounds super interesting, because realistically, how do you give Thor that send-off without having the Beyonders, the Molecule Man, or like someone along those lines? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hey, wait up. Drop a subscribe, drop a follow. Helps me out a lot. I want to catch up with like people like kind of Culty Wars doing the rest of them, as I am having it my goal to be the best movie news channel that does Marvel, DC, and all that other spiel. So if you could drop down, give it a subscribe, and welcome to the GeekyCast family. Much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night.